In this short demonstration, I'll show you how a member of the sales team or commercial team can remain within Salesforce, can also remain within Outlook, and interact with the ContractPodAi platform, requesting the creation, in this case of a master services agreement, sending that out to the customer for their markup, uploading the version they send back directly from Outlook into the correct record within ContractPod via the ContractPodAi Outlook add-in, and how that is immediately synchronized back to Salesforce so that we can see exactly what's happening with that contract at all times within Salesforce. So as a starting point, I've navigated into an opportunity within Salesforce, and I'd like to go ahead and create a new master services agreement based upon it. Information is collected from both the account and opportunity records within Salesforce, passed through to the ContractPodAi platform, where that is mapped into a standard template for the master services agreements and that first version of the contract generated. And as you can see here within Salesforce, I have now a contract record for this master services agreement. I can see the detailed information of it, some of which, for example, the partner name, was pulled through from Salesforce. I can see exactly where it is in its life cycle at all times. I have access to all of the various levels of information I need within there. So again, I have that other party, I have their address information, all of which was pulled through from Salesforce. And I have access to that first version of the contract that was created within ContractPodAi. And I could download that as a Microsoft Word file or as a PDF file. But what I'd like to do now is send this first version of the contract out to the customer for their review, for their red lines against it. And I can do that directly from Salesforce using send email. I can enter, or it could be pre-populated for me based upon the primary contact, the email address of the individual I'd like to send it to. I can pre-populate a subject name, for example. I'll type it in manually here for the purpose of this demonstration. And once again, this can be pre-populated automatically, but I'm going to include the request ID of this particular contract, and we can see that it's 90651. And I'd like to send them the Microsoft Word version of the contract. And that's now been sent out to that other party directly from Salesforce via ContractPodAi. And the other party will receive an email with that contract within it. That will make their changes to it and email it back to their primary contact within the sales organization, primarily the salesperson who sent that to them. And once that's received back by the salesperson within Outlook, they can open up the ContractPodAi add-in for Outlook. And as you can see, the correct request ID for this contract has automatically been identified from the email. We, from there, directly can request the upload of this new version back into the platform. So the salesperson isn't having to download it, re-upload it manually at all. We can upload it directly from Outlook. We're attaching the version we received back from the other party, the customer. We can choose whether to run AI against it. If it was a final signed version, we can indicate that to the platform as well. We're going to include the text of the email. I'm going to say that's an email, and we don't need to include that document again. I can add any comments I wish to at this point and select submit to upload that version back into ContractPodAi. And again, that will be immediately available to us within Salesforce. So if I now refresh the record for that contract within Salesforce, we will see that we now have a second version of that contract, and we could preview that. We could download it, work against it as we wish to, directly from Salesforce. We also have the email text attached as an attachment to this record as well. So we have that history being built out of the emails back and forth between the two parties. And of course, all that other detail is available to us. within the contract record directly within Salesforce. So what we've seen there then is a salesperson requesting the creation of a new contract, a master services agreement within ContractPodAi directly from within Salesforce, sending that email out, sending that first version out to the third party, to the customer for their review, receiving their modified version back in within Outlook, and via the ContractPodAi add-in, directly uploading that back into ContractPodAi and directly up into Salesforce as well, where the salesperson can immediately review the changes made by the other party.